Hey everyone, welcome back to Urban Pro Wrestling. It's going to be on UPW Radio, and I've got a great guest with me. He's the first ever, finally can say that, No Limits champion, Cutthroat Byson Clutch. How are you, man?
I told the world I was already the champ, huh?
Self-proclaimed at one point, yeah.
Self-proclaimed. I have premonitions, I have visions, I already knew that I was gonna be the champion, regardless if I took the belt or not. So just why not treat myself early to it?
So you're admitting that you took it. You can finally admit that.
You can perceive it how you want to be, man.
That's fair. So speaking about the No Limits Championship match and the No Limits title, what does it mean to be the first No Limits champion?
What does it mean to be the first, only, and greatest No Limits champion? I'm on top of the world, man. Like, I'm the pioneer of the No Limits. Like, it's more than just, having your first kiss or driving your first car or having your first job. Like, I'm a first ever champion in a company. Like, that's bigger than big. That's the biggest thing there is to do. Doesn't matter what company you're in, as long as you're the very first, nothing or nobody can ever take that away from you.
Absolutely. So I wanted to talk about your opponent, Remy. Really took the fight too. And it seemed at certain points of the match that a lot of what he brings to the table caught you off guard. It didn't look like you were fully prepared for his arsenal. And more so, he didn't lay off. He was on you 24/7. So how did you kind of weather the storm, especially towards the early or the end of that match when it looked like you were in a lot of trouble, specifically when he was going off the top?
He did catch me off guard. I will say that. I'm not going to say I respect the man now because I don't respect losers, but I am going to say he did catch me off guard. But I did what the Ultimate Package does best, and that is adapt to any situation. I adapt. I got the game plan right on the spot, called an audible, and I ended up with the champ 1, 2, 3.
Now, compared to the other championship match we had, this one was actually clean. There was no interference, and you guys put on one hell of a show. You were part of the first ever main event for UPW Unleashed. What was there any nerves going into that? No, that you were the main event?
Not at all. I'm supposed to be in the main event. I'm the show. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Show doesn't actually start until Cutthroat Byson Clutch makes his entrance. Everything that happened before me, all preliminaries, all fillers, because once I step through the door, everybody knows you're going to see a fight. You're going to see a show. You're going to be entertained. This is something you're going to be talking about for ages. You're like, oh my God, I'm in the presence of Cutthroat Byson Clutch.
So speaking of that too, and talking about the crowd, actually, when you arrived, there was a very big difference from what happened before to when you arrived. The arena kind of blew off for a little bit. What was that feeling for you?
That crowd, they wanted to cheer me. They wanted to, but they just felt so bad for Remy. And being in the match and even watching the video over, I hear the crowd, Remy, because he's the little engine that thinks he can, They wanted to bring his hopes up. They wanted to raise his spirits because they knew the inevitable was going to happen. So as far as that crowd goes, I don't give a shit what they chant or who they're chanting for, because I know at the end of the day, they wish they were me.
Fair enough. And you grabbed the mic towards the end, and you had called out some interesting names. Zaire Santana, Xander Maddox, and Tristan Ty. Why?
This was a message to everybody. I decided to call out specifically Santana and Maddox. Why? Because they were the openers of the show. They were the very first two people anybody saw in UPW wrestle. So I had to call those out. Tristan Ty, I had to call him out because he was fighting for the world title. And I had to just, let him know, doesn't matter what title you have. At the end of the day, nobody can get through me.
You met, and we're just touching up on Nazir and Xander Max, and I wanted to get your opinion on the foot on the rope situation for that match. I know it wasn't your match, but what were your thoughts on that finish? Do you think people should be held accountable? Do you think that match there should be a rematch? What are your thoughts on that?
I think the referee is an idiot, as well as Maddox. If you had enough energy to put your damn foot on the rope, how do you not have enough energy to just pick that shoulder up? This is what I mean. You have to be smart when it comes to fighting. You can't just lay your foot on the rope and expect the referee to see that off rip. Bring that arm up, show the referee that you kicked out. And as a referee, all eyes should be all over your surroundings. So I say 50-50, they're both idiots. Santana, I don't say anything was wrong with him, what he did. He got the dub. Can't get mad at that. Still not the champ, but he got the dub.
And what do you have planned for the No Limits title moving forward and the division?
I'm going to make this the A title. This is going to be the end-all, be-all of UPW. I don't care if the bulletproof title is the world title. Anything that I touch is the world title. I don't even give a damn if this is a different company. I don't give a damn if this is even like, let's say, for example, a WWE, for example. I don't give a shit. Whatever title I hold, that's the main title in all of wrestling.
And to kind of cap this off too, that, if I'm not mistaken, is your first title, right? That you've won in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
When your hand was raised, what was going through your mind?
I fucking knew I was going to do it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I dedicated that match to somebody in my family that's passed years back. But growing up, he always knew I wanted to be a wrestler. And I fucking did it. Not only did I become a wrestler, not only did I become a great wrestler, but I became a champion in wrestling. The No Limits champion. Because anybody knows I'll do whatever the hell it takes to get where I need to get in life. I don't care whose toes I would have to step on, whose backs I'd have to stab. I don't give a damn. As long as I come out on top of that food chain, that's all that matters to me. So getting my hand raised at the end, it was a pretty touching moment, to say the least.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, again, your No Limits champion, Cutthroat Byson Clutch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do subscribe to Urban Pro Wrestling. Follow us on Instagram, Urban Pro Wrestling. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Urban PW. We even have a website, www.urbanpw.com. Again, thank you guys so much, and thank you for joining me, good sir. And I will see you guys next time with another guest for some more hot takes. This is UPW Radio, signing over and out.